If you're watching this video, you have probably watched the first part. If not, you will find a link in the description in case you missed it. If you work with data, I'm sure your main goal is to save time. Augmented Analytics' main goal is to free time by automating the data preparation procedures. Do you know how much time Augmented Analytics tools can save your company? Well, Gartner predicts that over 40% of data scientists' tasks will be automated by 2020, resulting in increased productivity and broader usage of data and analytics by so-called citizens data scientists. More specifically, Gartner says that citizen data scientists can bridge the gap between mainstream self-service analytics by business users and the advanced analytics techniques of data scientists. These scientists are now able to perform sophisticated analysis that would have required more expertise. This enables them to deliver advanced analytics, even if they do not have specialized skill sets that data scientists do. To be clear, this automation won't just benefit data scientists and data teams. Gartner once again defines a citizen's data scientist as a person who creates complex, descriptive and predictive models, but whose primary job function is outside the field of statistics and analytics. If you're a sales manager who is tasked with putting together reports for board meetings, you can also skyrocket your productivity with augmented analytic tools. Interestingly, Gartner also predicts that citizens data scientists will surpass data scientists in the amount of advanced analysis produced by 2019. According to Gartner, business today are increasingly being powered and impacted by analysis produced by citizens data scientists. This doesn't just create a more data-driven environment, it also allows data scientists to shift their focus onto the more complex analysis. So, how augmented analytic tools will empower your teams? How exactly can you use augmented analytics tools to empower your teams? Here are a few cases of augmented analytics that can help to boost your team's productivity. Number 1, automated data cleaning and compilation. Number 2, identifying patterns and trends in key metrics. And number 3, tracking action and strategies to identify effective approaches. Most companies used to compile their data on a monthly or quarterly basis. And you can see why this would be a problem. By the time data is available for management to access, it's typically a few months old. And this makes it hard for management to refine their decision-making process using set data. These days, however, technologies such as SQL databases and centralized CRM systems allow companies to access their data in real time. The problem, though, is that real-time data is still expensive and time-consuming to acquire and compile. Think about it. Most companies have several sources of data, including their advertising platforms, their website, and other assets. As you may imagine, the data collected via these platforms are stored separately in different formats. If you're happy to look at your data in silos, that's perfectly fine. But in many cases, managers find that they need to combine their data in order to track their key metrics and KPIs. Here's an example. To extract information about your return on investment or return on ad spend, you have to pull data from 2 different sources: cost data from advertising platforms and revenue data from your point of sale. To do this, developers and data scientists need to work together to develop a measurement framework that can connect the data and integrate them into a single data set. Now that's where augmented analytics comes in. Augmented analytic tools basically make the integration process a lot simpler. More specifically, they allow teams to seamlessly integrate their data with a few clicks of a button. It doesn't require any technical experience or coding, knowledge whatsoever to identify patterns and trends in key metrics. Once companies clean and compile their data into a single source, the next step is to identify patterns and trends that they can use to unlock actionable insights. Often, the more data you have on hand, the harder it is to do this. For example, say your compiled data comprises of 10 key metrics and 20 dimensions. This is pretty standardized for a small-sized company, but if you are running a larger organization or an enterprise business, you might be dealing with anywhere from 10 to 30 metrics and up to 100 dimensions. Now, to slice and dice just one metric across 20 different dimensions would mean that your data scientist will have to run 20 different analyses. When we combine different dimensions to conduct multidisciplinary analysis, the number of analyses that are needed increase exponentially. Unless you are employing a huge team of, let's say, 100 data scientists, it's simply impossible for them to run enough analysis for you to cover all your bases. To work around this, many companies rely on analytics, which basically means that they only conduct analysis for scenarios that scientists think are important. Now, it doesn't matter if you're employing some of the most brilliant scientists in the world. If you're using the heuristic approach, this will make it hard for you to look at the big picture, plain and simple. And at the end of the day, you're relying purely on the intuition of your scientist with heuristics, and regardless of how capable or experienced your scientists are, they won't be able to predict with 100% accuracy what's important or less important to analyze. Don't want to lose out on important insights? Instead of working your data scientist to the bone, use an augmented analytics tool to conduct all the analysis you need. These platforms let you rapidly analyze all your data across all possible dimensional combinations in record time, and hone in on the key factors that are helping your company grow, or doing the opposite. Tracking actionable strategies to identify effective approaches after you identify patterns and trends in your key metrics and come up with actionable insights based on these trends. The next step is to execute your insights and strategies and track your performance. Again, tracking proves to be a huge headache for most companies. Many managers are too caught up in the firefighting and attending to their day-to-day tasks. They simply don't have the time to sit down to review their strategies or evaluate whether these strategies are working. On top of that, managers also find working with data and tracking new strategies confusing. For instance, if you implement a new strategy and you seek a quick change in your data, say a spike in conversions in just 3 days, does that mean you can say that your new strategy is working? Most managers take this to be the case and stop tracking their data prematurely, but the right approach is to wait until a large enough sample size has been collected, instead of stopping a certain campaign or experiment early. Now, with augmented analytic tools, managers no longer need to make, often confusing, calls about how to go about tracking their strategies. Augmented analytic tools help to automatically track actions taken within a business, and these tools also crunch all the numbers to deliver scientifically backed evaluations of whatever a particular action or strategy is working. Okay, folks, I hope you like these videos about augmented analytics. There's still a lot to do and say, so leave a comment and we can continue the conversation. Appreciate you taking the time. If you like it, please subscribe, like, and we will be back for more. Thank you very much.